Hello, and welcome back to the weekly audiobook segment in Other Waters. For some weird reason, I installed like a new hard drive, and somehow that caused all of my Windows Mixer volume settings to reset, so it may take a little while to like get every game sounding right again. So I'm not sure if this is going to be like too loud or too quiet, but we'll see. So what were we doing last time? I had like finished reading all the taxonomy stuff, I think. We got like 2 fully completed things, right? What was it? Yeah, this one, reef stock. And there was like one more sketch, right? No? Was it just that? Maybe. But it looks like we're done. You weren't expecting this much reading? Yeah, I wasn't really expecting that much either. Like, similar to Mew Cartographer, it's definitely that, not Mirror Moon. Mirror Moon had no reading at all, but Mew Cartographer was like, oh, there's some reading, but the main thing is just like figuring out how to navigate the world and stuff like that and use the controls. This is definitely much more of just kind of a visual novel style game, but so far I'm liking it. Just hard on my voice, I guess. So, I haven't quite decided, like, what the best approach is. Is it best to just go where I'm supposed to go for now and see what happens with that? Apparently we can go, like, pretty far here. Seems like a pretty extensive map. Or if I should just go around and, like, do all of these notable things, like... Why can't I click that? Oh, that's what I've already clicked. Just do everything now and then continue. I think for now, let's go here and check what, like, the next couple main steps are. But if it's just the constant thing where it's like, oh, we're on Mina's steps, we're in her footprints, but she keeps, like, being a couple steps ahead of us and nothing advances, then I might just start doing extra stuff as well. How do we scan again? Jeez, I have to like remember everything. We got power and oxygen. I think this sounds about right for the audio levels. I'm not too sure. Reef cap is now gathered. With their strong resemblance to terrestrial mushrooms, I'm going to call these reef caps. Domed mushroom-like stalks, which appear to support struggling stock colonies with a supply of special spores. Nice alliteration. Pulsing growth. There's a sample candidate surrounded by shimmering petals. A pulsing stalk pumps out spores. Do these carbon-rich particles feed plants too? Or open passage. A swirl of sand suggests this passage leads to the reef edge and the open water beyond. Well, I guess let's go here and get a sample. Did I, like... Yeah, I cleaned up my store so we can, like... Or storage. So we can get a bunch more samples. Yeah, it's another soothe spore. And those were the ones that, like, regrow stuff. I mean, for now, I guess, yeah, let's go here, because I'm assuming it's gonna end here. It's just, like, some scanning. Oh, I didn't read that. Can we read it now? Eastern Passage. As the shattered edge of the reef curves away, to the east, the currents fade and the static water grows warmer. Tall canopy. From the cover of this canopy, I can see a series of tall pillars out to the east, each one topped with a garden of unknown life. Are we gonna learn how to, like, pillar hop eventually? Going from one to the other? Strong currents. The strong current cuts across the east edge of the east edge of shelf, with the turquoise haze of the open ocean stretching beyond. Yeah, and we can't go there. Alright, so let's go back. Exposed clearing. This side of the finger feels exposed, but thanks to its current splitting outcrops, it remains in a bubble of calm. Uh-huh. Open ocean. At this tip of the shelf, the outcrops fall away to reveal an unrestricted view of the vast ocean. It's both terrifying and beautiful. I see something at the edge. Is that the suit? Mina's suit. Oh. Open, empty, and half sunk in sand. Why would she leave it here? And more importantly, where did she go? Is there an AI in this suit? It's definitely Mina's suit, but no Mina. Surely she isn't... surely she isn't okay. Let's not jump to conclusions. I want to take a look at this. It can't have been here long. Most of it is still in good condition, but how did it get out here? There's no evidence of injury. A malfunction, perhaps? What do you think? I don't think so. No, you're right. Then she left it on purpose, abandoned it. Did she intend us to find it? Mina, what did you get yourself into here? It's better equipped than our suit, but the seals have started decaying. What's this? Mina has rigged up some kind of custom propulsion system, probably to deal with the currents. Are we just gonna steal that? We can use this. We'll need a power source. It won't run off the suit's system. It seems like it used some kind of microbial fuel cell. We just need to recreate it. We can use the microbial colony we sampled in the Western Reef. Okay, let's get this back to the base so I can take a better look. Mina, you better not have done something stupid. I didn't come all the way out here to bury you. Let's go. Call for drone pickup. Can I? Can I call for drone pickup? Here? You can just do that whenever? Really? I didn't know that. Okay, sure. You want to talk? Oh, hey, glad you're back online. I've got a question. Did you use one of those spark colony samples we gathered? Because we need all 4. I don't know, did I? I don't remember if I did or not. Yes? Oh, we needed those. There's no way I can build that microbial fuel cell with any less than 4. So we're going to need to go back out to the forest and get more. Sorry. No, sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Let's hold on to them this time. Did I? I don't even know if I did. Which ones? Yeah, apparently I used one, I guess. I guess I want to see what it did, but I don't even remember. Well, that's fine, I hope. Oh, personal log 2, Ellery Voss. Mina's suit open to the ocean, empty. What has she done? I'm trying hard to reconcile the Mina I once knew with the evidence in front of me. When I met her on the Kepler 62F, she was intense and quiet, but calculated, intelligent. She wasn't someone to take unnecessary risks, to leap into the unknown. At first I found her impossibly intimidating. Her experience working as a biologist far outstripped my own. Baikal brought me to the site as a consultant to examine her discoveries, but I felt like the one under examination. The base was much like this one, a smaller, older model, sunk in a subglacial ocean. Someone might think a relationship was inevitable given those intimate conditions, but it wasn't the base that brought me to her, it was that intensity. Over the few years since I've tried not to dwell on what happened on Kepler 62F, but being here, living where she has lived, following her scattered steps, it is impossible not to remember. Some personal relations being uncovered here. We got the reef cap. Large domed stalks, which like terrestrial mushrooms release spores from gills on the underside of the cap. In the wider stock ecology, reef caps appear to play the role of emergency response, growing in areas where the stock colonies are failing or are heavily oh god, how do you pronounce that? Predated upon? Like, it's predator, but I don't know that bending of the word or whatever. The proceeding to shower them with spores. However, these spores seem to differ from those released by other species of stock, in that they quickly dissolve when expelled. Analyzing these spores is important to better understanding the reef cap's role. Are they reproductive spores, tasked with adding newly seeded stocks to existing colonies, or nutrient spores intended to boost the health of dying or deceased individuals? And I should be able to scan that then, since we have some more of them. If I just put these in, let's just put one in. Let's just put both in. Yeah, there we go. That's scanned. I guess let's try scanning these ones as well. But yeah, we need stuff for that. Yeah. Soothe spores, the name by which I've come to call the reef cap spores, don't seem to be spores at all. Unlike the modified spores of other stocks, these particles don't have any reproductive capacity. Instead, they resemble endospores, dormant bacteria reduced to dried husks, which can survive for hundreds of years in toxic environments without nutrients. Endospores are incredibly tough and high in calcium, and when released by the reef caps, they dissolve and transfer this calcium to the surrounding environment, where it is absorbed by the local stocks. This windfall of calcium granted by the cap's soothe spores, I hate that word, seems to allow stocks to augment their internal signaling and toughen their membrane to protect from predators, allowing them to recover rapidly. But the question remains, how do the reef caps produce these endospores? Yeah, and now we need a tissue sample. Seems like the tissue sample is always in like a specific unique location. It's like, oh, that's the specific location where you get this tissue sample for this life form. So those are like the unique collectibles, I guess. While the scanning and like scanning the life forms can happen wherever, basically. So yeah. You're not gonna like mark where we got that, are you? I don't exactly know, but I guess this is a good time to just not do exactly what we're supposed to and instead just like check off all of these places. So let's just go west here while we can. Yeah, it's annoying to have to, like... Wait, no, you didn't have to scan each one. I just didn't see. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we don't have to, like, scan each point again, even though I've been here many times. Well, many one time. So we can get more samples here? Yeah, guess we might as well. And these were the ones that, like, remove these, yeah? Just in case there's something, like, further down. How did these work again? We use one of these on them, I think? Might as well use one here as well. Oh yeah, I guess I should zoom in. And it doesn't seem like there's any reason not to be zoomed in, because, like, seeing that far ahead doesn't really do anything, as far as I can tell. Since you, like, can't really see anything outside of this circle anyway. Okay, I think we can stop collecting these now. Oh, I guess this is new stuff now. Stalk pathway. The bloated stalks seem to be precisely spaced out between the stalks. Are we damaging this colony by disturbing them? Probably. Bloated growth. Some vein or root must run through this spot as the sand rumbles with unseen movements. Are all the bloats connected? And there we go. That's enough data to log and classify these inflated stalks. I'm going to call them reef bloats. Large bloated stalks that burst easily, expelling the toxic microbes held inside their bodies. Their movements suggest unseen processes. Oops. I mean, we want to go, like, up, right? Because you can't, like, look, really. I think we want to go... Was it just here, or was it further left? I want to say it was further left. But I guess we want to go up, like, this way and then go right. But is there any point going here? Maybe I should check this out first. These bubble skin stalks keep their distance from the bloats, as if they know the danger they pose to the stalk colonies. Signal stalk, yeah. I forgot what you can get from the signal stalk. Shrill sac? Is that just the thing that gets rid of these again? Yeah, it's just more of those. And this is just like going back. I mean, for now I'm gonna do it. Stalk pathway. Clearing these stalks is a delicate task, and I hope that their retraction is temporary and not some terminal state. Yeah, we don't even know if we're, like, killing all these life forms. What is happening? Where am I going? Bloated growth. This pulsing growth sits in a strangely shaped clearing. What causes the stalks to grow like this? There's something I'm not seeing here. Now we're just, like, back down here. If these stalks are isolating the bloats, perhaps it is because they are dangerous to the colony itself. And now we're just back. I didn't see that we could go up here last time. Sandy clearing. A pulse can be felt running through the shelf from the north, making the sand ripple in small, soft waves. These curving avenues of stalk seem to mark a loose perimeter around each bloated growth. Why? To the west, the stalks spread in thick pathways, curving between strangely corroded stones. I think I'm going, like, backwards, essentially. You're supposed to see it from this path. But okay. Can we just get more of these now? Have they already respawned? Yep. Oh god. Yeah, sometimes it's weird, like sometimes it doesn't center. I don't know why. Don't need more samples. Was it up here we could go? Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna bother, like, breaking that. Do we really need more of these? I guess we needed 4 of these. Maybe I do want to collect a couple more. Like, we'll break this and then collect one. It seems unlikely that the bloats are simply individually deceased stalks. Their growth patterns suggest a system, a process. With its chalky covering melted away by the bloat, this rock has a dull metallic sheen, spectrums of light reflecting across its surface. How poetic. Beyond these stalks, I can see a sheer ridge rising up to the north. You know, let's not break anymore. This is fine. Probably need an inventory slot for whatever we find here as well. Northern ridge. North of here, an angular ridge ascends, cutting the shelf in two. The only way further north is across the rift to the east of here. But now I'm just like going east instead of west where I wanted to go. But I mean, this is new. Hollow stones. Tucked into the side of this corroded rock, a pile of stones with worn holes, I thought it said wormholes, sit in the sand. Within a hole, something glitters. Oh? Sample time? Come back. Come back. Damn you. Oh. It's another spore catcher. I want to try, like, using one of these as, like, food for them, but... And I think it was these. I'm gonna try it. I guess not. Nope. Well, we have enough anyway. So, sample. Oh, there's more? Striped egg. An egg sampled from a spore-lined nest. Okay. And just a glittering stalk. Behind this tall stalk, layers of thick growth surround a maze of rocks, blocking the passage back to the east. Okay. So, I don't really need to collect any more. And where was it? We could go west here? Oh, that just, like, healed again. Oh, no, it didn't. Here? Let's just, like, not break this one. Wait, no, that's just back here. Hold on, I missed something. There was definitely a point I could go further west, right? Guess I'll just scan every step of the way. It's a shame, like, points you've scanned but haven't gone to don't show up again until you scan them again. Was there nothing else here? Was that the sample? Maybe that was the sample that I was supposed to get. Yeah, maybe. So then I can just, like, now just link and then retrieve? Wow. I thought you had to go back to one of the, like, way stations or whatever. Oh, 4.2 hours that time instead of the classic 5.1. Oh, hey, you ready to get back to work? Sure. Great, because I've had a very productive few hours. I've been working on that propulsion system. I've used those 4 microbial samples to grow a new colony in the lab. Then I transferred it to a secure containment capsule, nice and snug. I followed what I could from Mina's notes on building a microbial fuel cell. It's all loaded onto the suit, the MFC fed directly from our reserve oxygen supply. What does that mean? Now we just need to take the suit out for a dive to test it. It's going to take plenty of oxygen to fuel the colony, so bring any samples that'll help out. But make sure not to take any we haven't put through analysis on the lab level first. What do you mean, like samples of... I don't want to burn through hours of research material just to get a power boost. This propulsion system will let us pass through strong currents and move more quickly. We should be able to cut across that rift north of the way station and see what the bloom finally is. Ready when you are. So does she mean, like, use any samples as propulsion, as, like, oxygen stuff? Or just specifically, like, these ones, but just make sure we scan them first? Because, yeah, I guess we'll just dump everything in for now. And then go scan stuff. Oh, and there's another... Huh? Did she add more to this? No? I don't know why that said, like, it was new when I already read it. Reef bloat taxonomy entry updated. So is that done now? Yeah, that's done. This is still nothing. Oh no, that was reef bloat. I see. Okay. So what is it? I guess we have to read later. And striped eggs is probably from spore catchers. Yeah. There we go. Now all of those are done. Also interesting that you can, like... Wait, I thought you could, like, sort them. It seemed like I pulled this one to the side. Not sure how that happened. Alright, so spore catcher. We now have theories. Analysis of the spore catcher egg shows a strong correlation between the minerals it contains and the minerals present within the catcher's favored spores. It seems that through the spores, stalks are able to affect the catcher's egg production, therefore controlling the volume, traits, and behavior of catchers within any area of the reef. In a sense, the stalks have domesticated the catchers, leaving the two intrinsically linked as species. But the question of what the catchers provide the stalks remains. Do catchers serve a specific purpose? Consuming unwanted or incorrectly configured spores, for example? Or are they kept for other reasons? Could the catchers be kept by the stalks for their companionship and social use, just as humans keep pets? And that's a spore catcher. Siphon flaps. Visual and oral sensorium. You see? So does that mean, like, this is the head? Is this the head, or is this the head? She's a good artist. And then, reef bloat. We're done with completely, even though I don't think I've read anything, right? Yeah, I don't think I've read any of this. Reef bloats are large bloated stalks that can be found at the western border of the reef. Intimidating in their size and distorted shape, they resemble inflated sporing mushrooms, covered in nodules of rampant fungal growth. Their membrane, which is stretched by the bloating process to an almost translucent sheen, is darker than a typical stalk, making the stalks themselves a shade of sickly orange. What role the bloats play in the reef stalk's network is not immediately obvious, but their pulsing, pumping motion suggests that the bloats are either processing or producing the toxic microbes that are contained within their fragile membranes. Without analysis of the microbial colonies themselves, this will be difficult to ascertain. Laboratory analysis of the microbial colonies found within reef floats, spark colonies as I have come to call them, shows that these microbes are not of a group typically associated with stock colonies. In fact, spark colonies appear to be made up of highly modified algae with a wide metabolic? How do you pronounce that? I don't even know. Range. Able to consume carbon dioxide, oxygen, metal, and toxic compounds with equal ferocity when supplied with a source of light. When metabolizing these substances, spark colonies produce a regular flow of charged electrons, making them ideal for use within a microbial fuel cell, or MFC. Ah, I see. You should have explained that to me before. Their sustainability for this use is suspicious. Are these really naturally occurring microbes? And why are they found only within reef floats? Something isn't right here. Finding a root sample from a reef float has brought with it the confirmation that reef floats, for some reason I thought it was like a different word, are not manufacturing spark colonies, but instead modifying, metabolizing, and processing them. Analysis of the bloat root system has shown the presence of microbes at various stages of modification, including those that had been entirely detoxified and their rampant metabolism neutered. If all reef bloats are connected via this root system, then they may be part of a large-scale cleanup operation with the aim of eradicating these aggressive microbes. Reef bloats are not deceased stocks then, but powerful biological engines which are fueled by their local stock colonies. The scale of this operation suggests that, for the stocks, the spark microbes are a significant threat. Okay, I'm not entirely sure I understand that. Like, everything going on? That they're trying to, what, like suck them up and contain the toxin stuff? Spark microbes? And then they build those, like, walls around them to contain them? But why? I don't know. Chitin seams, sensory stalks, bulging discolored plates, split stalk, microbial release stages. Yeah. Very bulbous. So I guess we're done with that now. And now we're like aiming to go here, but yeah, let's not do that. Let's explore around. So this one, do I like go around here or do we go in this way? And here, can I even get to this part? Maybe we have to hop across islands or something to get over here? I guess we'll see. Okay, so you'll find the controls in the utilities, where sampling and everything else is. Right there. Once you've found the propulsion system, let's try it out. But remember, it uses oxygen. Be careful. When you've got the hang of it, let's try to cross the northern rifts. Rotor 1 and 2. Prime before activation. So we suck up some oxygen. I see. And then, like, you aim and then click this. Oh no, this just like charges them for a specific time, I guess? So now if I move, I'm faster? Yeah. So I guess you don't really want to like use that too much. And then we can like cancel that. Okay, but canceling that doesn't seem like there's any reason to cancel it. Like, it just drained everything and did not give us, like, any oxygen back. Let's try this again. So what happens when it drains? Does it, like, automatically drain more oxygen? Let's not refuel, just to see. Oh, right, yeah, that was what was happening. Oh, and I didn't bring anything. Shit. Okay, we gotta, like, go collect some samples. Yeah, so that ran out now. Alright. You see, so I mean, I guess at the start, you might as well just, like, charge this up before, when you're, like, at one of these, and then just get oxygen, because then we can just hold it until I actually need it, right? Oh, these are different. Bright pollen. That's not what I wanted. More of it. I just want some, like, trill sacks or whatever it is. I guess we'll just pick a few up over here. No reason not to, I guess. And now it's 3.6. I don't know why it was constantly showing 5.1 before. So now I can store these again. I don't remember what these even do, like, when you use them. But we are done with them, so I guess we take, like, 2 of these out. And what else? Spark colony, I guess that's more like juice. So instead of... yeah, how does that work? Like, instead of oxygen, we can use one of these or something? Or we can get oxygen with these, maybe. Guess I'll take one. Huh? Transfer to suit. What do you mean? Yes? Do it? How? Here? Oh, what? Now, what? Now I can do it? I couldn't before. What was that about? Yeah, there's some, like, weird UI things sometimes where things don't really react the way they should. And soothe spores. I guess we'll take one of these as well. So, like, that should be fine. I'm just wasting days and days of her life, like, just resupplying and stuff. So yeah, like, we go here, we just use one of these, and then I just go here, link up, and then get oxygen. How did we do that? Oh, it was here. Didn't have to link up. So yeah, now we just, like, have that active. So here, we use one of these. And then we go, but then it's gonna be, like, windy here. Currents. Broken boulder. Stress marks can still be seen along the edge of this huge rock, but it remains silent about its own history. Wasn't this, like, both blocked by these and current? No? We just never went here? Glittering stalk. This stalk looks silently out over the deep rift. I wonder if Mina looked over the same view with different eyes. Why do you have to, like, specify that she has different eyes than yours? Slashed stalk. This bubble-coated stalk has large gashes in its side and seems to be shriveling away. Its exposed tissue would be easy to sample. Hello? You want to come back? Yeah, it's just one we've already scanned. Are these more eggs, or was that just tissue? Take this. That did nothing. It's canned food, stock segment. A segment of tissue from a bubble-producing stock. Okay, but then we can go out here. Strong current. Across this wide rift, the tall rock walls of the reef's second finger can be seen. What lies inside them, I wonder. So if I try to go there, we can't, but if I then turn this on, I wonder what happens if you run out of this while you're, like, in here? Would that do something bad? Rift mouth. This long rift channels the strongest current down through the reef, all the way to the nurseries of the southern reef. This just joins up to where I've already been, I think. The current here is both exhilarating and terrifying, like standing on a cliff top and leaning into the wind. Yeah, this is kind of terrifying. Rift edge. Another rift separate... Oh, I guess we'll find out. Nothing? I just, like, can't go anymore because we have to use more oxygen. Okay. So never mind, that's not too bad. Another rift separates the second and third fingers of the reef, looked over by a ragged stock canopy that sheds particles into the flow. But we can, like, leave a current without using more of that. Wide passage. This gap between the rocks allows passage both into and out of this exposed second finger of the reef. Calm canyon. Little streams of sand pipe through... Oh, who was that? Come back. Through gaps in the rocks here, driven deep into the cracks, by the current in the north. Kind of want to try this now then, so... Which ones? Soothe spores? No. Spark colony? I don't know, like, what these would eat. Bright pollen? Nothing. I'm just gonna drop some stuff. I just want to, like, see if anything happens. If I do this. That scares them away. I guess we've already, like, got all the information on these, so maybe nothing would happen. So maybe that's just a waste. And, like, what happens if we drop this stuff? Why do I have full oxygen again? Because I, like, dropped something here? Did that refill the oxygen? I didn't even see what happened. Okay, that did nothing. It's kind of hard to tell, like, what using items really does. A large boulder protects the mouth of this passage from the onrushing waters. Couldn't we go down here as well, I thought? I thought this was, like, one of those places that was blocked. Where I needed to, like, uncover it and pass through the strong currents. The water is funneled by the rocks into this clearing, making it hard going against the rush. And ragged stalks, battered by the water, these stalks cling to the rocks. A single creature braves the current to graze on their twisted forms. So we can't go to either of these without using more oxygen. Canopy top. Attached to the side of the shelf, this canopy is partially bent by the current. If we are careful, we can sample a growth from its top. So, again, let's try. If I do this... Yeah, it just, like, cancels it. Doesn't give me back the oxygen or anything, so why even have the cancel button? Like, what's the point? It doesn't seem like you ever would want to. It would be nice if you could, like, refund some of the oxygen. If you didn't want to use it more than one time or something. Or just pause it while you're, like, scanning and taking samples and whatever. Canopy growth. Ribbed growth found entwined in stock canopies. Oh, here's that place. But I'm running out. No, damn it, I ran out. Is it still fine? So yeah, we weren't zoomed in. Beyond these thickly entwined stalks, a violent current can be heard, rushing down through a gap in the headland. Nope. Gotta use more. Hope you don't need oxygen. Yeah, the controls are getting a little finicky now when there's like this much going on. And like that you're on a timer as well when you want to read stuff. Quiet clearing. This section of the shelf, sheltered by the tall headland to the north, is strangely peaceful. Like, I wish this only used it up while you were moving instead, not while you were just sitting still. I think that would be nicer. Worn boulders. These huge stones have been worn smooth by thousands of years of sitting beside the rift. I wonder what happens if you run out of O2. Does she just die? Do you just teleport back to base or something? Sandy passage. White sand is gathered against the boulders on either side of this passage in soft, pale drifts. Split stalk. This tall stalk is torn open, perhaps by a predator. Inside a rich tapestry of fungal life forms, exposed to the open water, are slow... Oh god, that's a weird sentence. Inside a rich tapestry of fungal life forms, exposed to the open water, are slowly dying. Do I have room? Yeah. Fungal cluster. A cluster of creatures sampled from the interior of a stalk. I wonder what happens if you, like, get rid of these kind of unique items? Do you just have to come back here again and you can get another sample? I'm not too sure. Also, if I just read this, rock gap. A shattered section of the wall allows passage onto the outcrop. If I read that and now go elsewhere... Oh, now it's marked. Okay, so I don't want to do the thing that I've been doing, where I want to leave them white so I know I haven't been there. That's just bad, because then I have to, like, rescan them and I might miss them. So I guess always read everything that's white everywhere you go. Rift crossing. Across the channel is a gap in the rock wall. If the strong currents rushing down the rift can be navigated, we can cross here. I guess you don't need O2. Let's go. It's fine. I mean, we have quite a lot. And I guess we can just, like, get up whenever in that case. Rift mouth. Here a rift meets the exposed reef edge. What caused this huge slash into the shelf? Surely not erosion. Haven't I read that? Haven't I been here? Or is this the place I was thinking of? Exposed ledge. This western shelf is buffeted by currents, bringing with them a scattering of swirling spores. Yeah, here's where I've been, or like where I saw that and figured I needed powerful thrusters or whatever. First finger. The broken shelf of the reef reaches out toward the deep like a hand. This is the first of 3 fingers which mark the edge. More oxygen. Let's use more oxygen. It's fine. Oh, and that's it? Okay. So, I guess I just, like, teleport back now then? Right? If we can just do that whenever, wherever? Yeah, that's surprising. Back to the old 5.1. Not sure if we should try, like, running out of fuel or oxygen. It might, like, waste some time. It might, like, roll back progress or whatever. I'm not too sure. So, I guess we just dump all of this in. What was this? This is the spark colony. Yeah, let's save one of these in case we need them. A cluster of creatures sampled from the interior of a stalk. Sing stalk taxonomy. And this one. Canopy growth. Ribbed growth found entwined in stalk canopies. Table stalk taxonomy updated. And a segment of tissue from a bubble-producing stalk. Signal stalk taxonomy updated. Sing stalk, we're done with as well now. I have read this, haven't I? No? Hum or groan? I don't remember? That doesn't seem familiar. Sing stalks are towering fungal stalks that, through swaying, produce a distinctive hum or groan. Maybe it's better to just not read these things as we get them until I have all 4, and then I know I'm done with them. That might be better, just going forward. If we get new entries, we'll just wait until we have all of the research done. So, I mean, I guess you're kind of supposed to get this one first, and then it's like, oh, there's still more questions, and then you read behavior, and no, there's still more questions, and then you make a theory, and then, like, it's all done, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Part of the stalk ecology found on the central reef, the precise role of sing stalks is particularly obscure. Their singing seems to connect with the sonic communication between stalks, as seen from the stalk's use of shrill sacs as an alarm mechanism, but what they are communicating remains unclear. Notably, sing stalks are often coated in sporing fungal growths, which release spores as the stalks sway through the water. Desis spores, released high up in the water column, cover a large area of the reef. There is something tree-like in the structure of the sing stalks, so much so that they give the impression of a underwater fungal forest. Yeah, I have read that, right? Strange and yet familiar. I remember a underwater, or I think so. And I guess this one is not new either. Analysis of the stalk bark sample has given some new insights into the sing stalks. Their entire biology is compressed into the chitin plates that surround each specimen. They are completely hollow. In fact, rather than being a single large stalk, yeah, I do remember this. Okay, I'm gonna skip this, because like multiple stalks together. Yeah. Attempts to analyze the interior of a sing stalk reveals many different organisms within the stalks which are not genetically related to it in any way. It seems that the sing stalks are actually tubular gardens, which host juvenile fungal creatures. The swaying of the stalks keeps these sealed environments fed with filtered water and microbial life, while allowing their spores to be distributed across the reef. However, I haven't found a single example of any of these lifeforms growing outside of a sing stalk, suggesting that they can only survive within these carefully controlled tube gardens, and that the spores they release are being used by the stalks for other purposes. Are these vertical farms designed to cultivate other species that might feed the rest of the stalks with showers of nutrient-rich spores? I was expecting more of like a foresty sketch with like many of them. Section view, sing stalk development, spore release, fungal symbiotes, singing chitin plates, young sing stalk, typical reef stalk, internal fungal colony. Let me see, there we go. And signal stalk. So we have read these, I think. Yeah. I think I've read this. Chemical analysis of a signal stalk tissue sample has confirmed the presence of a yeast-like fungus and large amounts of ethanol saturated in the tissue itself. This prompts a rethink of why many creatures target the hard-to-get signal stalks as a foodstuff. While I initially theorized it was due to their role as protectors of stalk colonies, the significant presence of ethanol in signal stalk tissue means most creatures would feel the effects of the alcohol consumed, and may get buzzed from grazing on signal stalks. This, in moderation, of course, would be a favorable, even enjoyable effect for the creatures, leading them to repeatedly target signal stalks. Party every day. If I remain stranded on Gliese 667cc for long enough, I may need to make use of this particular biological property myself. Yeah, I want stock booze. Shrillsack Cache. Subsidiary stocks. Released Shrillsack. Upper section has sensory growths and gas vents. I'm sure huffing that gas would be nice as well. Table stock. We have also read these two, I guess. I'm just gonna assume since they're not marked. I hope. Laboratory studies of the growths found in the upper canopy reveals that they contain the genetic material of tens of different species. These growths hold within their round casing seeds for many species local to the table stalks, as well as spores for the reproduction of the stalk colonies themselves. Fed by a carefully maintained flow of the correct minerals and chemicals, these seeds and spores are preserved by the stalks, kept viable for long periods. Could these seed banks be a complete, complex example of collective serotiny? Huh? Wait. Serotiny in botany simply means following, or later. What? Remaining close on the tree with seed dissemination delayed or occurring gradually. I'm not too sure about that. On Earth, some plants hold viable seeds until an environmental trigger, yeah, I guess they're explaining it here, such as a wildfire or disease, causes their release. Oh, I read that wrong, but you get the point. Perhaps the stalks are preserving the local ecology in case of environmental disaster. Are they the guardians of this reef? I wish the game didn't, like, lose the volume when you tab out. It would be nice to be able to, like, look up some of these words without it being jarring. Yeah, that's more like it. That looks cool. Entwined canopy. Canopy height 8 to 12 meters. Captured seed banks. Color and type variation within entwined stalks. Reef stock. Yeah, the reef stocks are very small in comparison. Oh yeah, the table stock is like the big many dots in like a semicircle thing, right? So yeah, there we go. Yeah, as always, like about an hour of this game starts like taxing me, but let's do a little more. Do I want to like grab anything? I think this is fine, what I have here. So let's go out here on the right, I suppose. See if we can explore these islands. Oh, right, wait. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. If we run out of oxygen, I guess that could be interesting to see what happens. Wait, do I want to grab a sample here? Might as well, I suppose, since we're here. Yeah, it did the weird thing again. It's like not centered. Now it's centered. I don't know what's going on with that. Is that also just a bug? Alright, so here we go. Blast them. Current's edge. East of here, the current fades, and strange pillars rise up from the dark of the ocean floor. It's getting darker. Oh god, what's that? Oh no, come back! Silken plant. These long, pale green strands of plant matter. Oh, these twisted strands are like webs between the pillars. Let's start logging them. I'm gonna run out of this, but whatever. Oh, there as well. Feathery creature. Hold on. These funny feathery creatures are all around these gardens. Let's start observing their movements. A cleverly camouflaged creature, mainly composed of feathery, frond-like arms, which it waves rhythmically as it moves. Large pillar. This large pillar extends down into the murk of the deep water below, standing improbably straight and tall. A geological anomaly. I can't just go. Okay, so we're out of the current now. Here's something weird. Shimmer blooms, yeah. This one moves kind of weirdly. Creature tracks. Patterns of dents in the sand show the paths of the feathery creatures that cross from pillar to pillar in slow, purposeful loops. Are they just like strutting along on the ocean floor? Pillar garden. This pillar is topped with a layer of bright and sunlit life. Looking around, each of the pillars here has the same green-gold peak. Let's go get the sample. Hi again. It's not scared of me? Okay. It appears that a number of the creature's feathery arms have sharp edges that it uses to prune the pillar garden's flora. These silken strands meet in places and become tangled in one another, forming complex webs that are slow to navigate. I've observed these feathered creatures moving between pillars, along the web-like plants that connect them. Pillar crossing? How do these monoliths form? Perhaps they are cores of harder rock which remained when the rest was eroded away. Shimmering petals. In the sunlight, these spade-like petals open themselves wide to the light, welcoming it gratefully. So many samples here. Twisted tendrils. The gaps between the tendrils are webbed with fine strands, almost invisible to the naked eye. Shed feather. A delicate feather structure found in the pillar gardens. I don't even know where to go. Let's go up here first. This has a lot of places to go. And we can like go across here, I guess. It's protecting us from the currents or something. Oh, it's bright pollen again. I mean, might as well. We can always just toss it away. Or I guess instead of tossing it, just like, oh, convert it to oxygen. Yeah, there you go. So we might want to use the like faster movements more than not, really. Oh my god, there's too many points here. Holy crap, it just keeps going. I guess let's just like go up and right before we go down. So I'm just gonna like... yeah, that's the problem. Like, I wish this was worked a little different again. Like, I don't want to click these because then I won't really know if I've been there or not. So I won't remember if I should scan on each of these points. But if I don't click them, then we have to scan anyway on each of these points to uncover them again. So it's a little bit weird how this is done. These trailing plants can be of great length and appear to only grow from the sides of the pillars. How is they formed? Green webs. Object. Between the pillars, bright green webs of twisted tendrils extend, forming the thin pathways from garden to garden. Let's just go there. I like how the birds just don't even care about me. I guess they don't have like a natural predator or something, so they don't know what to expect. Observing the underside of these plants, I can see a layer of pores, stomata perhaps, for waste release. Still waters. The green tendrils that enclose this space seem to calm the currents, creating a pool of still water. Yeah, this is interesting. I have observed these plants in shades which stretch from bright green to ivory white. Is this an indicator of their age or health? Let's just go here. Open water. The green tendrils don't seem to reach east beyond this point, preferring instead to turn back into the protected waters south of here. Can I still cross myself, though? When you, like, slow down when you go past these? Still no big current here. Maybe I should just swing by here. It seems like that's not going to lead anywhere else. Blue haze. Out away from the pillars, the ocean grants a sense of vertigo, fading down to unknown depths below. Pillar garden. This pillar top is thick with waving petals, each one caked in tiny particles of golden pollen. We can't go back here as well, but that's fine. It's just more bright pollen. Do I even need it? Not really. Yeah, we can get power from that as well. So you can just like... You can just convert it into either one. I see! Now I understand! This is like... Because it's plant, we can use plant material to get power, and it'll give 10% power, or something. And it's also a seed, which we can use to convert into oxygen. So like this one would not give any oxygen if I were to put it in here, but it would give some power. Is that how it works? And these are like really good. Sooth spores are very good for refueling. These are only oxygen and nothing else. These are only power, but a lot of it. I see. Okay. That's one of those moments where it's like fun to figure out the UI in these types of games, like Mu Cartographer and stuff. Like it was there all along, but hard to understand. Barren pillar. This pillar, unlike the others, lacks... Man, my voice is dying. One sec. Lacks a garden of its own. Have the plants been cleared, or have they simply not reached this far yet? I'm wondering when we're gonna run into, like, scary creatures, if any. Hopefully never, but you never know. There's gonna be some, like, giant thing. Vast shape. The light of the system's 3 suns falls onto something amber and huge to the east. It is almost like a pale orange cloud. Oh. Is that our big creature? Whoa. This looks weird. Shifting tentacle. This translucent tentacle doesn't have a fixed shape. It's reaching for me. Its individual parts instead cycle through developmental phases as they cohere. This seems kind of dangerous. What is happening here? Hold on. This creature is impossibly large. I don't even know how to start logging data on it, but I'll try. Well, we found a massive creature, I guess. Just when I was saying that. Pulsing barrier. This hard barrier is webbed with pulsing nodes. To gain access, we would need to slice through it somehow. Jesus. Like, oh, what are we looking at here? This appears to be a huge colonial life form. There are passages inside, but unless we can cut this barrier, we can't reach them. So I'm not sure if, like, are each dot here a separate life form, or is this just, like, showing that things are moving, so, like, all of this is actually one organism of sorts? This golden colony is overwhelming. Where to even begin? Thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of zooids make up its shifting interior. What was zooid? Hold on. Zooid. A zooid is a single animal that is part of a colonial animal. I see. So each dot is its own separate entity. Floating colony. It seems that the zooids are split into specialized functions and forms, from jellyfish-like medusoids to balloon-like bladders of gas. It's like a giant, like, cell organism or whatever. Alright, well, I guess we go back now. And we're, like, not using up oxygen at all. So are we in a place where we can just get oxygen? Like, if I do this now? Do we get oxygen back? No. But I guess we might as well have that charged. More samples? I mean, it's just more of these. We don't really need them, but I guess might as well. But again, I almost want to see what happens when you drain these, but I guess that's not happening today, so we might as well just, like, power up again, grab more samples. And let's have 2 of them. Maybe just pop one of these in as well. I'll save like 2 of each type. Twisted tendrils. These entwined tendrils are flat like blades of kelp and hold themselves taut between the pillar tops. Yeah, this is one of those games where, like, it's described in such a way that I wish we could actually see it, but of course imagination is more powerful than whatever they could have done to, like, illustrate all this, so it's kind of the whole point that you don't get to see it, but it's like the descriptions make it sound like something you would definitely want to see. It would be very fascinating. Silken strands, pale green strands of plant tendril from the pillar gardens. What dictates which pillars the tendrils stretch to and from? I'm yet to see a tendril which is only halfway formed. Oh my god. I don't know how much more I have in me. Silken plants. I've noticed these strands don't connect directly to the pillars, but disappear into holes in their sides. What are they connected to then? And this should be that done, yeah. I've named this sea silk, though I'm not sure what kind of plant it is. Check my notes back at the base. You check your notes. Long strands of pale green and white plant matter that twist into broad, flat bridges and webs between the pillar gardens. Let's just go here, I guess. Hold pillar. The lower parts of this pillar are marked with narrow holes. Around them, small plates of chitin shells glint. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come back. Did I just scare off one of the bird creatures? Oh, full. These seem easy to get. There's more. Let's get rid of one of these as well then. Take this. I need an inventory upgrade. Chitin plate. A shard of chitin plate left behind by a segmented worm. Yeah, we lost the worm though. I wanted to scan it. Oh wait, I didn't read that. This broad pillar is full of rough-looking boreholes. Chitin plates glinting here and there suggest they are burrows. And more sampling? Oh no! I can't sample that much. Oh, it's more chitin plate. Okay, let's just ignore that, I guess. Feathery creature. It seems that if they're knocked off a surface, these creatures can swim, but very inefficiently. Must be an emergency measure. They're like underwater chickens. They're just strutting along, and then if they fall down, they panic, but manage to swim up somehow. Tendril holes. These 2 tendril bridges almost meet before disappearing into holes in the pillar. Are they rooted to the rock inside? Let's read this as well. Enclosed water. This patch of water is entirely enclosed by webbed tendrils, and thin strands float through the water like lost hairs. I don't know where this thing went. Oh, no. Come back! God damn it! Oh, did it, like, flit down here? So, like, if we go this way, then it's gonna be here? Yeah, there it is! Got you. These creatures are tricky to catch a glimpse of. Let's see if we can scare a few more. Scare up. Burrowing creature. When disturbed, this segmented creature shot out of its burrow, ejecting grit and sediment as it swam away. quite the surprise. And we need, what, like 4, maybe 5 to fully scan them? But I guess, like, one of them went up here, then? The one I scared away the first time? Yeah, there it is. These creatures scrape away at the pillar surfaces, carving their burrows into the rock. It is impressive given the density of the pillars. Wide gap. The gaps between the pillars are a pattern I cannot read, one that speaks of a complex geological history. Thin pillar. This impossibly thin pillar rises up from the murk like a pencil, its sides marked by a faint strata of geological eons. Got you. It's apparent that matter from the blooms, such as pollen, collects in this creature's feathery arms. Is this intentional? Crossing creatures. The feathery creatures that pass along the tendrils seem to be unshakable in their routines, each one carefully doing its rounds. Yeah, they just don't even care. Tangled tendrils. These tendrils have grown close enough to each other to form a complex tangle of strands between the small pillars. There we go. Gardener. I'm calling these gardeners. They're so attentive and purposeful. I want to know more about them. A feathery, slow-moving creature that prunes the plants of the pillar gardens, moving between pillars along their silken bridges. Crossing strands. Where these tendrils meet, the feathery creatures are able to carefully clamber from one to another, leaving behind feathers as they do. It's just more... Oh no, shed feather. Don't I want that? Yeah, that's new. Oh no, it's this one, but I would like 2 of them, maybe. So, who needs bright pollen? It's probably pointless. We already have some at home, I think. And there's more anyway, but yeah. Might have to abort pretty soon. Oh, get him! Burrowing creature. I've observed these creatures have a bright tail lure made from many thin pointed plates. What is its purpose, I wonder? Small burrow. Too small to enter. This hole in the pillar leads deep into the rock. A tail piece left by the inhabitants sits just inside. We could sample it. I don't have enough inventory space, goddammit! Get rid of this thing, I guess. We don't need it. Shed tail. The bright chitinous shards of a tail shell, shed or severed. Oh boy. We should be getting back to about where we started soon, right? Did I come from like up here? Oh, and I didn't read this. Long tendril. This tendril has to stretch a long distance to bridge these pillars. How do they grow like this without any support? Empty pillar. The tendrils seem to be avoiding this pillar. In fact, they appear to be avoiding the main shelf of the reef altogether. Is this where I came from? Tendril maze. It's easy to get confused, yes? Once you are among these webbed tendrils, navigating between sunken islands of life. No, this... Oh god, I don't even know. Okay, time to abort. There's more to do here. I guess we'll go back here next time. Because, yeah, there's just so much in this, like, tendril forest. Jesus Christ. You want to talk? No? I guess we only talk during, like, proper story progress. I'm just gonna put everything in for now, and then we'll grab stuff later. I don't think I can scan these. Yeah, I need to scan them more. These I can, because we have the gardeners unlocked. Yeah. And these... don't remember what that is. It's bugging out. I couldn't see. Yeah. I guess that's related to those creatures. So we need more of those quick ones, like 2 or 3 more. 2 more? Yeah, so maybe I should just hold off on these and not read them now, since like I don't have all the information anyway. We can just explore here more and hopefully get all of the information on them, and then we can see everything, the theories and stuff, and the sketch. So I think I'll just leave it here, and then next time I guess Spark Colony is like good to keep, I suppose. I mean, I guess we don't really need anything to go in. It should be fine. So yeah, let's leave it off here. This is still very interesting, but it is very exhausting to play this game. It's nothing but reading, which is interesting, but yeah. Probably one of those games that, like, in hindsight, might have been better to just play off-stream, just, like, silently, and just reading everything and taking it in, instead of having to read everything, but I am enjoying it, and it's, like, not too hard to read. It's not, like, too... Sometimes the sentences are a little complicated, and, like, things I don't know how to pronounce, but overall it's written very well and, like, in an understandable way. So I like that part of it. Who is this guy? So yeah, let's leave it off there and switch over to some Samras 3 instead after a short break.